Hello, LEGO lovers. This is Elle, and this is a LEGO Dots parts review. This is the Creative Designer box. Probably said that a little wrong. Set number 41938, and has 849 pieces for only $40. So I decided I would sort out some of the parts. This is the first batch, and most of this is the larger parts here. So as you can see, there's quite a bit here, and there is parts. So let's get into it. Up way in the back here, I gotta reach so far because there's so much here. We have big black plates there, 2 of these. I believe that's 8x8. Just a nice large part. And then we have some 2x10s, 6 2x10 plates back here. We have some of those half circle plates back there. This bracket brick is a color I have never seen before in black, so that's kind of new, and we got 4 of those. And then we have this kind of older bracket, but still nice. You can see we got anti-stud there, we have stud there, and anti-stud there. Just a nice versatile part that you don't see in sets all that often anymore. Oh, orange brick separator. But I don't care about that. We also have some 16x16 plates. We have Aqua or light Aqua here. A huge piece, not in a whole lot of sets. And then we also have one in dark blue, which is also not in very many sets at all. We also have an 8x16 giant plate in that blue. Now, it is not my favorite blue, unfortunately, but it's still nice to get blue. Good for water and just if you like the color blue. We also have some 2x8 plates here. 6 of those, again, larger parts here, and we even have some more blue plates there. Then as we move on, we have some Aqua half circles. Again, this light Aqua color is kind of a rare color, so it's interesting to get interesting parts like this newer bracket. Anti-stud, stud, anti-stud. Just a really new, weird kind of bracket. And then we have it in another color in this light Aqua, and there's 4 of them back here. This is an exciting part. New in Dots, and I think it's only in 2 sets. But basically, this is a wall hanging plate. I can't believe this exists, but I think it's awesome. So basically the concept is if you have a nail or, you know, any other kind of hook thing, they make lots of different hook things, you can put that through there and you can hang this there. And this is the same plastic that the normal plate is made out of, so it's not like rubbery or anything. So it feels like it can definitely hold some weight. I think this is really interesting, and here we have in light Aqua. I'm hoping we get a lot of different colors of this, and nicely enough, we do have 2 in this set. Just a really nice part, and I'm sure you can play around with other uses here. You know, this is kind of loose. I don't know. That looks like it actually fits a stud perfectly. So there's definitely possibilities for other uses there, but the fact that you just get a piece that you can hang stuff with, I think is really cool. So let's get into our yellows. First of all, we have lots of brackets. 1x4s, we got 6 of. 1x2s, or bracket bricks I should say, we got 6 of those too. We have some huge yellow plates, some 1x2s, a bunch of 1x4 yellow plates. I'm not a big fan of some of those, but they aren't very common. And we have a plethora of 1x different sized light yellow plates. Kind of a newer color that we've seen recently. And there's a lot of plates in here and a lot of longer ones there. Not wide ones, but still really good. And then we have this lavender. I think that's medium lavender. I'm not sure. But again, we have large plates. I think those are 8x8s. Some smaller plates, some 1x8 tiles, 1x4 tiles, and 1x2 tiles. So just a bunch of stuff there. Here we have 2 giant heart pieces, which is another rarer plate piece. I just think it's so cute that they actually made these. And then to go together with these, the only set I believe has this size red ones is that one there. I love this, and it looks so cute. It's so simple, but just looks great. And it's Lego, so you can add to it too. We also have these little ball parts, not overly too special. Obviously some cylinders, but 2 of those red hearts, Two of the white ones, really nice. Two of these basically photo holders or paper you could hold in there, and you basically just slide it in there and it kind of just holds it in there. Now admittedly, I don't know if this would end up damaging them, unfortunately, but as you can see, you get two of those. Just another nice interesting part that you could use to add some different kind of texture to your builds and stuff. And actually, now that I think about it, if you got like a sticker, you could have a little nice TV sticker right on there. It would look kind of like an old-fashioned TV almost. And then another brick separator type thing in here, we have the Lego Dots key part. This is the diamond shaped one as compared to the heart one. I think these are cool because this is a bar, so you can clip them into things. Otherwise, it kind of works like a, what would you call it? The, I can't think of the name. Either way, you can get parts up off of stuff like a brick separator. Then we have some other white big plates there, but not too special. So this is the first batch, and there's a lot in here. Let's get into the next batch, which has a lot of the smaller parts. Okay, here we are with the second batch. And just one thing I wanted to point out here is that the instruction booklet is kind of a hefty booklet, and it goes through some different builds that you can do. Obviously, it's pretty simple because it's dots. Some simple builds, some more complex, and then in the back here it has different ideas, which I think is great. But there is one problem. I don't see anyone storing the stuff that they store. For example, let's zoom into this one. Rubber bands hanging there. Yeah, I don't see that. I don't know what's in that one, but I think that's kind of a neat concept. And for some reason, I think people have little rocks and poof balls just kind of hanging out on a desk all over the place. Or, yeah. So, I mean, it's really cool ideas. I just hate to say it, but, like, they should kind of modernize what would be contained in these things. But all in all, it's a pretty nice little instruction booklet that gives you some creative ideas, and I like it better than them just having nothing and going, make it your own, because it doesn't have a starting place, and it has a lot of different things in there, so I just think it's a pretty cool thing that I wanted to point out before I forget. But let's get into the mostly small parts. So, back here you can see a ton of white. Now, it's kind of a more basic color. We have a bunch of 1x8s, kind of a nice big brick in white. We have some 1x4s, quite a bit there. We have these 11 of these big bricks, which is like a 1x4x3. You can see that they're kind of hollow, so you can kind of position them a little bit different. And they're a big piece, great for making big, bulkied out structures. And then to add to that, we even have 10 of the 1x2x3s. I think it's 3. Yeah, it looks like it. So, just again, another just larger piece. We also have 4 of the curves. Not too special there, not a whole lot of them. We also have some 1x2s. Gotta throw those in there just in case. So then, the plethora of dots. Now, initially, I was worried that we were going to see a lot of the standard pie piece dot. Unfortunately, or fortunately, there is a lot of them, but we have the square pieces for all of these colors. So these colors in this area have almost even up on the pie part to the square part in these piles. There's usually about 20 of each, or a little bit less, as you can see, different sized piles. And the numbers are weird because they're not all the same, which is kind of interesting. But then you probably can't see it over here, but there is black tiles and there is white tiles. So these have a selection of like 8 just by 1x1s. You have the kind of curved, I don't know how to explain it, but 8 of those. Then you have quite a few of the pie piece, and then you have a lot of the square piece, which is nice. I really like having a lot of the square pieces. I just think it allows you to just do a lot more with the other pieces. And then the black, which you can barely see over here, has the same about piece structure, or amounts, you know, pie piece and square, which is great. You have the basic colors kind of there in quite a few different shapes and sizes, which normally you don't see a whole lot of. It's a lot of that dot piece. But then the highlight. So you get 2 packets of letters. So I'm sure that means that they're all divisible by 2. If you know your alphabet, and I will admit that when I was laying these out, because I wanted to do them in alphabetical order, I was singing the alphabet song quite a few times. Sorry. Didn't sing it on here, so that's a positive. But you can see that they're all just white, 1x1 circular tiles, and they have letters on there. So you can see the amount they have of the letters, how clear they are printed. I don't see any issues with the print, so you can pretty much tell the letters on all of them, except the M's and the W's, unless I'm just not noticing it, are identical. So I could have screwed that up. However, the count is about right. So you have 4 A's, 2 each of B, C, D's, 4 E's, 2 of the F's, G's, and H's, and then you have 4 of the I's, and then 2 J's, 2 K's, 4 L's, 4 M's, I'm thinking, 4 N's, 4 zeros, O's, 2 P's, 2 Q's, 4 R's, 4 S's, 4 T's, and then U, V, W, X, Y, and Z is all 2. So you don't get any extras for that, which is kind of interesting, but it makes a lot of sense because it's kind of probably pricey for them to do these printed parts, and to throw in effectively an extra, which is going to be every single letter, is going to give you, you know, like 26 extra pieces right there. And I think that they just didn't do that, which I'm okay with because you do get quite a bit. I haven't tried making any sentences or anything with that. When I actually build something up, we'll see what happens there. But this is fantastic. I think a lot of people are going to use this because it's an easy way to put words on your Legos, using it for your cities. One thing to note, though, is obviously there's no variety there. They're all white with that black printed letter on it. That's it. I kind of like doing creative ways to do words, however they end up a lot bigger. So the option to have kind of smaller words I think is a nice little thing. Also, you can play around, design your own stuff with that, which I think is kind of neat. And that's all the parts for this set. So I have to say $40. There is a lot of parts in this set. I'm actually pleasantly surprised. It's not as good as the lots of dots, but if you remember from the first batch and all these white pieces back there, it's not all 1x1s. And this is actually technically a lot of prints. And like I said from the first batch, there's actually quite a bit of specialty parts in there. So I think it's a really cool little pack. For $40, which I don't think is that bad for this. Obviously, you get a bunch of 1x1 dots. However, you get the letters. You get more of a variety than some of the regular dots we've seen here. So, overall, I think this is a great part set. Obviously, the colors are kind of in a certain zone, a lot of white. However, it's kind of a basic color. I love it. It's got great parts. Initially, I thought it'd be pretty good. Opening it up, looking at it, I like it even better. So if this is one you want to get for parts, this might be the dot set to get, because I think it has a lot of good parts, and I know people with cities and stuff like that are going to love these letters. This is a great set parts-wise, and I can easily say that value is there. Obviously, you don't get any figures of any sort. However, for just a parts pack, it's great. Lots of big parts. If you have a project that's going to be like white brick walls or just white walls or something, this is great. And it's not too expensive either. And if it goes on sale down to like $32, that just sounds fantastic. So I can only say that this is fantastic and great so many times. So I want to thank you for checking out this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you'll check out more videos. And thanks again for watching.